Hello guys, welcome back to Connor's Outdoor Activities. Hope you're all good. Today we're out sea fishing again, in the old bivvy again. So yeah, we're out sea fishing today. We're down Tramps Alley beach near Corton. I'm fishing to the left this time, down the slope and to the left. Gotta give it to see how we get on here. I've got 2 rods out at the moment. I've got all sorts of baits with me today. I've got fresh lug, fresh rag, fresh black lug, frozen black lug, squid, mackerel, prawns, all sorts of different bits, and maybe a few bluey. So what we can do is just see how we get on. It's a lovely sunny day, lovely and warm out there, makes a change after all the cold and wet weather I had recently. So right, I'll spin you around, I'll show you what sort of sea we got today and where we're fishing. So guys, here we are. We're set up here. The tide is on the flood at the moment. On the left hand rod I've got a 2-hook flapper with 2 frozen black lug baits, and on the right hand rod I've got a 1-hook flapper with a size 3/0 hook with a fresh lug on. So we'll give it our best shot. We're in the bivvy. We've got sort of about a 10 or 11 mile an hour northeasterly wind, so there's a little bit of a wind out there, but nothing much. So we'll give it our best shot. They're both close in at the moment, just see if we can get a bass close in along the edge yet. And we'll keep tapping them further and further out until we find some fish, basically. We're getting a couple of little taps. I think that's where some of them waves are hitting the line, because they're close in this time. I'll give them a bit more of a tap next time and see if there's anything a bit further out. Yeah, as I say, I've got all different baits: fresh lug, fresh rag, fresh blacks, frozen black, squid, mackerel, prawn, bluey, maybe a bit of bluey, I don't know. I think there might be a little bit in there. Yeah, we're here fishing. The time is now 10 to 3 in the afternoon, so we've got plenty of time. I'm not too sure what time high tide is, I'll just check. Let me just check, guys. High tide is at 5:57 p.m. tonight, so we've got about another about another 3 hours for it to come up, and then we'll see how we get on as it start going down. And all we can do is give it a go, really, innit, guys? So let's hope we can find some fish. The rods and reels I've got today, the left hand rod is, well, they're 2 Mitchell rods, what I normally use, and the reel on the left is a Sonic SKS Black 8000 with 20-pound Ultima red ice line on, and the left hand is a Mitchell rod with a Witchwood Riot 55S with 25-pound Sonic line on it, and the tripod is an Ian Gold's. And the bivvy is a Shakespeare salt, and that's pretty much all the equipment. I'll show you the rigs we're using in a bit, just so you can see what we're using, and we'll see how we go. And yeah, there's a boat out there that's sailing along, big boat. There you go. Right guys, so let's see if we can find some fish, and hopefully I'll be back soon when I've got a fish to show. Speak to you guys in a bit. Right guys, I just reeled in the right hand rod for the first time of the session. That's the one with the 1-hook flapper on it and a fresh lug on, and we got Mr. Whiting on, first cast, not too bad. Oh, whoa, not a bad size either. There he is, Mr. Whiting. First cast. There you go. Mr. Whiting, look. Not a bad sized fish, eh? Oh. There you go. Mr. Whiting. Definitely a white, and he ain't got nothing underneath. Mr. Whiting. Oh. Yeah, bit wriggly, but there you go. Not a bad fish for the first cast. Pretty good. there we are, guys. Not too bad for the first cast. Mr. Whiting, that'll do. Didn't see a bite. I could feel something nodding as I come in, but I thought that was just a bit of weed. There is a bit of weed on there as well, so I was obviously pulling in the weed and the fish. So happy days, fish first cast. Well guys, that weren't too bad. Whiting on the first cast, that'll do. Not a bad size one either. We got a little bit of tide pull. Both lines are pulling round to the right. That's obviously where the tide and wind are going. But this time I cast the one what got the whiting on a little bit further, just to see what's hanging about out there. Yes, a bit further out this time. The right hand one, I ain't reeled that in yet. I ain't reeled the right one in yet. The left hand, yeah, because what I've done, I've swapped the rods round. I did have the one what's on the left now, that was on the right. That's the one what caught the whiting, but I swapped it round because the tide is pulling them. So what I'm doing is I'm casting one and that goes to the right, and then I reel it in and I cast it to the left again. So I'm just sort of swapping them round, sort of thing, just doing that. But we'll see how we get on. We had a whiting so far on the first cast. That's not too bad. One whiting. Let's see what happened now. That was caught on fresh lug on the 1-hook flapper with the 3/0 hook. So let's see what comes along now. Right guys, I just reeled in the rod with the 2-hook flapper on for the first time of the session. Nothing on there. Quite a bit of weed, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. I got the weeder and got 2 more frozen black lug baits on, and that's cast out there again. I keep swapping the rods round, as I said. I'm casting them both to the left and they're both going round to the right, so I'm sort of swapping them around every time. So what I'll do is, now this one is on the left, I'll reel the right hand one in next, and then when I cast that out, I'll move the left hand rod to the right and then put the one that's on the right now in the left, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll reel in the right hand rod, and then I'll move the other rod over to the right hand side, and I'll cast the other rod to the left and put it in the left hand side, so I sort of swap them around all the time. And we'll go from there really. Bit of weed around at the moment, but there normally is at this time of the tide. The tide is running quite quickly now, that's why we're getting a bit of weed, but that'll slow down a bit as we get towards high tide. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Bit of weed, but that don't matter. As long as we are catching some fish, it don't matter. We had one whiting, so we ain't blank, that's the main thing. So let's see if we can find some more. Right guys, I just reeled in the rod with the 1-hook flapper on for the second time of the session. Nothing on that, quite a bit of weed on that. Quite a big sized clump, so I got that stripped off there. That's off, and got it back out there with another lugworm on. That's the one what's on the left this time. Just see how we get on. Quite a bit of weed running, but you do normally get that when you come in. But we'll keep trying and see what happens. We haven't blanked, that's the main thing. We had a whiting, so at least we ain't blanked. The time is now 20 to 4. So we'll see how it goes. And all we can do really, guys, is just keep chucking the bait out there and see what happens, really. High tide is about 5:50 something, wasn't it? So yeah, about another couple of hours and the tide will be on the top, and we'll see how it fishes on the way down. And we'll go from there really. There's a few people fishing. I think there's a couple to the right, and there's a couple of blokes to the left as well, so there's a few people fishing. Fingers crossed something nice comes along. Right guys, it's now nearly 4:30. Nothing since I last spoke to you all. Nothing at all, gone very quiet. Nothing happened. Had a bit of weed, but no fish at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, but thought there might have been a few fish about. We had one whiting, so we didn't blank, but I thought there might have been a few more about. There's a few people fishing, I can't see them getting a lot. So I don't reckon we're the only one. I'm trying all different distances, close in, trying at range, a long way out, and sort of, yeah, I'm trying sort of 20 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards. Can't seem to find anything at the moment. Since that whiting we had, I hadn't found anything else, but we'll keep trying. I'm trying all different baits, fresh lug, fresh rag, and different bits and pieces, so all we can do is try, and just gotta hope there's gonna be something turn up soon. It's a nice sunny day, so it's nice to be out here giving it a go, even if we don't catch. It's just nice to be out here, sitting here and enjoying ourselves, really. Right guys, it's now 5 to 5. I just reeled in the rod whilst got the 2-hook flapper on, and we got Mr. Whiting on, so second fish of the session. Here we are. Only a little one, but Mr. Whiting. Second fish of the session, not too bad. That's a bit slow, but there we go, there's Mr. Whiting. There you go. Oh. There you go. Mr. Whiting. Right, there you go guys. And I pulled in someone else's rig as well. On the end, that felt ever so heavy, and on the end I got someone else's rig. There you go, look. All this leader line. We got that's like a pulley rig thing. We got a weight, look. And then we got one of them clip up things. And then we got like a pulley system here. See that, a pulley thing. And on the end of here we got a hook somewhere. Here's the hook, if I can find it. The hook is in all this mess of this leader line. There's the hook. So yeah, we've got a free weight and a rig, so can't complain about that. Right, someone must have snapped off and I pulled it in, sort of thing. Right, so one last look at Mr. Whiting before we put him back in. There's Mr. Whiting. Right, let's get him back in. Well guys, that weren't too bad. 2 fish so far. Bit slow, but not too bad. We caught fish, so we can't complain. We had a couple of whitings, so we can't moan. There's some chaps just setting up beside me there. Look. I'll just take you out and show you where we are. Here's the rods. This is where we are. That's the cliffs and that there. Corton down that way. And then we got the beach behind us. And that's over there where you come down the slope. And then that's the beach up there. There you go. Quite a few people about, but it's a lovely day, so I don't blame them really. Here we are in our bivvy. And that's where we're fishing. Wait a minute, just trying to... There we are guys. There we go. There we are, that's where we are. We had 2 whitings, so at least we ain't blank, that's the main thing. Let's see what else come along. That last white, and I caught that on ragworm, that one. It was caught on ragworm, so I got another ragworm bait out there. And see if anything else turn up. The time is now nearly 5:10, so it's been very slow, but at least we ain't blank. Right guys, it's now 5:50. Just reeled in the right hand rod. That's the one with the 2-hook flapper on. And we've got Mr. Dogfish. Mr. Doggy. There you go. Come here, mate. There's Mr. Doggy. Mr. Doggy, look. There he is. Got him on a bit of squid. There he is. There's Mr. Dogfish. Just spin him round. It's a bit of a wriggly one. There's Mr. Doggy. Right, let's get him back in. There's Mr. Doggy. Only a little one, but not too bad. Let's get him back in. Ooh, bit wriggly. Right, we'll get him back in. Well, that's that 2-hook flapper back out there again. Not too bad. Dogfish. So far we had 2 whiting and a doggy. Bit slow, but better than nothing. 2 species, so can't complain about that. Yeah, the time is now 5:06, so we're not doing too bad. Let's just hope when that get dark that the fishing will get better. All we can do is just hope for the best, guys. I'm trying mackerel and squid this time on the right hand rod, and the left hand one has got a fresh lug on at the moment. Got a fresh lug on the left hand one, and frozen mackerel and frozen squid on the right hand one. Been a bit slow, but I think this all this sunlight on the water don't help, you know, because that sort of send them right out there. When there's too much light on the water, they don't come so close in, I think. Well, that's what I think. I don't, but what do I know? But yeah, that's I guess it does. If there's too much light on the water, I guess that sort of frighten them a bit, and they go out into the deeper water, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. We had a couple of white and a doggy, a bit slow, but it's better than nothing. Right, let's just see what happened now. Yeah, it's 5:06, so we're pretty much dead on high tide now. And that'll start going the other way, and we'll just see what happened there. That'll start going down. Hopefully there'll be some nice fish turn up on that tide. But I'm enjoying myself, that's the main thing. It's a lovely day, there's not a cloud in the sky, as you can probably see. So what a nice way to spend the day down the beach. It sounds good to me. Right, let's see what come along next. Right guys, it's now 5:07. Not a lot has happened since I last spoke to you all, but I just reeled in the left hand rod and we got a whiting on. Not a lot happened for about an hour. Here's Mr. Whiting. Not a bad sized fish. Mr. Whiting. There you go, Mr. Whiting. Oh. Come here, matey. There you go, Mr. Whiting. There's Mr. Whiting, look. Right, let's get him back in. There he is. So that's 3 white and a dogfish so far. It's not too bad. See if we can find some more. It's now 5 to 7. Let's see if anything else turns up. Right guys, I cast that rod back out again with a fresh lug on. Just reeled in the 2-hook flapper and we got another doggy on. Not a bad size one this in. Quite a nice doggy. There you go, Mr. Doggy. There he is, Mr. Dogfish. There he is, look. Let me just try and straighten him out. Here we are. There's Mr. Dogfish. There he is. There, look. Mr. Doggy. You want to curl up on me? Come here, mate. A bit of a wriggler. He's wanting to curl up. Yeah, try and straighten him out. Come here, mate. Sorry guys, he's just curling up on me. But there he is, Mr. Doggy. Not a bad size one. Dear. Come here, mate. Come here. There he is, Mr. Dogfish. There you go. Nice one. And then down there. There he is. Mr. Doggy. There he is, look. Mr. Dogfish. Oh, he's wanting to curl up again. Just give you one last look. There you go. Right, let's get him back in. Let's get him back in. Yeah, not a bad doggy. Pretty good that is, so that's, I think, is it 3 whiting and 2 doggies? Not too bad. Right. Get him back in, hopefully find some more fish. Right guys, that's that doggy back in. He kept wriggling about. But he went back in, went swimming away, so he's good. Time is now 7:05. There's some people fishing up there. Look. Got quite a few rods out. Look. There you go, look. They got quite a few rods out. There we go. This is where we're at. Yeah, I'm trying all different baits. I think I caught that doggy on squid, I think he was caught on squid. But we aren't doing too bad. We had, I think, 3 whiting and 2 doggies, so not too bad. There's a little bit of wind out there, so it's not too bad. You shouldn't be able to feel any. Yeah, we pulled in someone's rig. I'll do something with that. And hopefully, guys, there'll be some more fish soon. Right, guys, it's now 5 to 8. Nothing happened since I last spoke to you all. No fish since last time. I just cast out the left hand rod. I just put a ragworm bait on there. The other rod has got squid and mackerel on the 2-hook flapper. We're still trying our best. It's now 5 to 8, so we're trying all different bits and pieces. Ragworm, lagworm, squid, mackerel. So we're just trying our best to see what else we can find, really. Them lads to the right are still there. Look. There you go. Look. That's what we got around us. That's all. That's the cliffs. That's down there, that's the slope down there where you walk up. There you go, look. If I just show you. There you go, look. That's what we got round us. That's where we are. Yeah, we got them layers to the right. We ain't doing too bad. We got a few nice waves coming in, but nothing much. Had a couple of doggies and about 3 whiting in me, so it's been a bit slow, but at least we ain't blank. That's the main thing. Yeah, I'm trying all sorts of baits to see what we can find next. Oh, got a bite, I think. Yeah, that's a good bite. Looked like a bite. Did you see that, guys? Looked like a good bite. Yeah, definitely got a bite there. Right, better take a bit of action, I think, guys, and see what we got on there. Because, yeah, we got a bite on there. Let's go and have a look. Well, guys, went to the rod when we had that bite and went to reel in. Nothing there, so don't know if it got off. I don't know what happened there. Reeled it in and struck into it, and nothing there. So not too sure about that one. Thought there might have been something on there after that nice bite we had, but no, nothing there. But never mind. Yeah, it's now, well, about nearly 8:05, so we're not doing too bad, are we? We're having a nice session. Started about 3, weren't it? So, and it's now 8 o'clock, so it's been 5 hours already, so we're doing alright. Had 3 white and a couple of doggies, so can't complain. We ain't blank, so that's the main thing. Let's see what fish we can find next, guys. I know there's been a few thornback rays in that caught here and some codlin, so let's hope we can hook into one of them. That'll be dark soon, so maybe when it gets dark, maybe some of the bigger fish might come in. We never know. Just got to see what happens. Right, guys, it's now 25 to 9. Still nothing to report back on as of yet. Nothing else to report back on. We got the old light set up. It's now dark. Them chaps are still fishing to the right. We're still fishing in here. Nothing else to report back on at the moment. We're still in the same spot. Obviously, I'm trying all different baits out and all different distances. Can't seem to find any fish at the moment, but we'll see. Yeah, it's now 25 to 9, so we're well into the session. And we just got to see what else turn up, really, ain't we? The tide is on the way down now. High tide was about 10 to 6, so, and it's now 25 to 9, so that's getting near to halfway up. I mean halfway down, sorry. Yeah, high tide was 10 to 6, so that's sort of halfway down nearly, not quite, nearly. And then we'll just see how it fishes from here, really. But hopefully you can see the rods okay. All we can do now is just wait and see what happened, really. Right, guys, it's now, what time is it? It's now 25 past 9. Still nothing since the last fish we had. Nothing. Not a thing. Which is a bit annoying, but nothing since the last fish. Thought I'd show you. Nothing. Been trying all different baits, rag, lug, squid, mackerel, black lug, all different bits like that, and all different distances. Been trying some sort of 100 yards out, 50 yards out, 20 yards. Can't seem to find any fish at the moment, but never mind. Hopefully I'll start coming back on the feed soon. The tide is definitely halfway down now, so let's just hope that the fish can pick up and there's going to be some more fish turn up, because they're slowed right off now. We had 3 white and a couple of doggies, so it's been fairly slow all the time we've been here, but at least we managed to catch a few. That's the main thing. We had 2 species, so it's not too bad, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's a little bit of wind out there. We've got sort of light to moderate northeasterly wind, so it's a little bit breezy out there, a little bit chilly, but nothing too bad. I thought when it got dark there would have been a few more fish coming, but maybe not. Maybe not. All we can do is just wait, and all we can do is keep putting the bait on the hook and keep getting it out there. That's the fish's job now, to come along and bite the hook. So let's just hope that the fishing get a bit better and there's a few more fish turn up. Right guys, it's now 25 past 10. I've had nothing at all. Reeling in my baits and they're coming back stripped, but no fish about. Very odd. Thought we might have had something. Now it's got dark, but I ain't had nothing. I've tried tried at range and tried in close, different baits and different things like that, but we just aren't getting anything. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here, but I don't think we'll be here too much longer if we're going to sit here and not get anything. The time is now 25 past 10, so I might have a couple of more casts. I'll see. Want to see how it goes, but I'll obviously see how we get on. Them lads are still fishing to the right. I ain't seen them bring anything in much. I think they might have brought in a couple of whiting, but I ain't seen them lads bring in too much. A couple of whiting, that's about it. But yeah, it's gone very quiet here. It's been a fairly quiet session, hasn't it? We had 3 whiting and a couple of doggies, so it's not been the best session for catching fish, but at least we caught a few. At least we ain't blanked, that's the main thing. But now it's got dark, the fish seem to have just disappeared. So all we can do is just see what happens next. I might have a couple of more casts, just see if we get anything, but if we aren't getting a lot, I'm not sure we're going to get any more fish today, guys. I think that's going to be it for the fish. I'm not convinced that we're going to get any more, because we ain't had a fish for probably a couple of hours now, or it could be even 3 hours. I'm reeling in and the baits are just coming in all stripped, like the crabs are getting them. So I don't really know, but we'll see what happens. Might have a couple of more casts, we'll see. I'll see if I got anything on this time and then we'll go from there. But we've been here since about 3 and it's now nearly 10:30, so that's good. That's nearly 7-hour session, so it's a pretty long session. So let's see what happens next. Right guys, I just reeled in the left hand rod. That's the one with the 1-hook flapper on and the 3/0 hook on. As I said a minute ago, we hadn't had a fish for 3 hours. Then we've got a Mr. Dogfish. So I was then about to start the pack up, but well, I was going to have 2 more casts. Then we've got Mr. Doggy. So there he is, Mr. Dogfish. Yeah, the time is now 10:30. As I said, it was pretty slow and for about 3 hours, and now I got him, so it's not too bad. There's Mr. Doggy, just spinning round. There's Mr. Doggy. You just turn that light down just a little bit. you go. There's Mr. Dogfish. There he is. There you go guys, Mr. Doggy. Right, let's get him back in. So yeah, as I said, we were sitting here not catching for about 3 hours, and now we had a doggy turn up, so not too bad. Yep, we were sitting here catching nothing for 3 hours, well about 3 hours, about 2.5, something like that, about 2.5 hours. And now we've got Mr. Doggy, so not too bad. Right guys, that doggy went in the water alright, he's back in. Wasn't a bad doggy, was it? Right. I just reeled in the right hand rod, that's the one with the 2-hook flapper on. Reeled that in, felt a bit of weight behind it, there's a bit of weed on that, and a whiting. So here's the whiting. Oh, a bit wriggly, come here mate. There he is, Mr. Whiting. It's a little bit bright. Turn that down a bit. Yeah, I got a new light guys. Got a new ring light so I can show the fish and stuff like that. So I can show the fish what I catch and that sort of thing. So yeah, here's Mr. Whiting. Hopefully you can see him alright. There he is. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. Bit wriggly. There he is. One last look. There's Mr. Whiting. Right, let's get him back in. So yeah, that doggy weren't too bad. Not a bad fish. Now we've got a whiting, so not too bad. Time is now 11:15. See what happened now, guys. Right, guys, it's now 5 to 11. Just had that doggy and that whiting, that weren't too bad. Pretty good. Had to put a bit of weed on there this time as well. I'm going to give it another half an hour and then I'm going to call it a night, because I've been here since 3 this afternoon. That's been a fairly long session, about 8 hours, which is long enough for me. I need to get home and get something to eat, because I ain't got nothing to eat. Well, I've had it all. And I need to have a drink, because I run out of drink as well. So I'll give it another half an hour, see if we get any bites, and I'll get home and jump in the bath, and we'll look forward to the next session. So let's see what happens in the last half an hour of this session. Right guys, I just reeled in the left hand rod, and we got another dogfish. Seems to be quite a few of these about tonight. He's curling himself right up in a ball. Look at him, he don't want to uncurl. Come here mate, you're going to have to uncurl. He ain't wanting to uncurl himself. Here he is, all curled up, but he ain't wanting to uncurl himself. But there he is, Mr. Dogfish. Not a bad size one, that. It's just show you, look. There he is. Just turn that down a little bit. There you go. There's the dogfish. He's curling himself right up in a ball. Let me just try and straighten him out a little bit. But there he is, Mr. Dogfish. There he is, look. Another doggy. So there we go. Not too bad. Right, let's get him back in. One last look. He's curled himself up again. One last look. There he is, Mr. Dogfish. Right, let's get him back in. Not too bad. Yep, I'm getting pretty thirsty now and pretty hungry. And I've got a massive clump of weed on there. So as I said, it's now 11 o'clock, I'm going to give it until 11:30, and then I'm going to call it a night. I know we're catching a few, but I'm a bit desperate for a drink, and I could do with a bit of food, so so we'll give it until 11:30, and then we'll end the session there. So let's see if we can get any more fish before the end. But it's going pretty well. Just had that dogfish, so that's good. Right guys, that's the amount of weed we're starting to pull in now, so that's not good. Don't really want to be fishing too long if there's big clumps of weed like that coming in. That's no good, definitely not. You can see how much weed there is there, there's loads on that. I better go and strip that off and cast that out, see if we can get any more fish. As I said, we're going to give it till 11:30 and then we'll call it a day, as I've been here about 8 hours, so it's a fairly long session. So let's see if we can get any more fish before the end. I better go and strip that weed off that line. Right guys, just reeled in the right end rod. That's the one with the 2-hook flapper on. And we got another whiting. Oh, well, come here. There you go. Bit bright. There you go. Right, here he is. Mr. Whiting. Mr. Whiting. Not too bad. But we're getting loads and loads of weed now. My line is absolutely covered in it over there. So that's not good. We're catching fish, but we're getting loads and loads of weed, which is a shame. Oh. There you go. Mr. Whiting. Right, let's get him back. Right, let's get him back, guys. Just got to grab my towel. Right, let's get him back in. It's now 11:20, so be packing up pretty shortly. You'll be packing up pretty shortly. We had a pretty good session. Been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon. I need to get home and have a drink and grab something to eat. So yeah, let's get this whiting back in and see what we got on the other rods. Right guys, that's the right end rod packed away for this session. Was getting loads and loads of weed up the line everywhere, to be honest. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Big clumps of it everywhere, to be honest. And I'm on the last cast on that rod. I need to get them and have a drink and have something to eat. But it's been a pretty good session. We had whiting and dogfish, so it's been pretty good. We ain't done too bad. We've caught fish. So I'll reel in that rod for the final time of the session and I'll let you know what's on that. We've been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon, so we had a pretty good session. So let's see if we get anything on. Let's see if we get anything on this rod for the final time tonight. Right guys, I just reeled in the left-hand rod for the final time of the session. We've got Mr. Whiting on. There you go, Mr. Whiting. Oh, bit of a wriggler. Just turn that down again. Oh, wrong colour. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Mr. Whiting. Final fish of the session, guys. Been a pretty good session. There you go. Right, let's get him back, get packed away, and we'll go from there. Right guys, I'm all packed away. Had a pretty good session. Had some whiting and some dogfish, so 2 species. And we did pretty good. Didn't do too bad. So I'm now gonna take all my gear up there and up the slope and into the cart. I'll get home and have something to drink and something to eat. So, weren't a bad session. So thank you very much everyone for watching, I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it. please hit that thumbs up and comment, like, share, and please subscribe, please. It's all free to do so. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all in the next video or live or whatever it may be. So take care everyone, tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll speak to you all soon guys. Bye bye for now.